My name is Kyeyune. I think I am now in transit on my way to the next phase of life, which is to becoming a pensioner. I've been in Makerere as a lecturer for over 30 years, and now have reached the end of the road as far as teaching art or mentoring artists is concerned. My name is Kyeyune, and at this moment, I am an associate professor in the College of Engineering, Design, Art and Technology, which has three constituent schools, namely, and the Makerere Art School is one of them. So it is the Margaret Trowell School of Industrial and Fine Arts. The beginning is hard to explain, but I know that I was always interested in art since my childhood. I also have people who inspired me, my uncles, my paternal uncles. One of them completed art at the art school in 1967, I think. The other completed a design course in Nairobi in 1968. So I think I was looking up to those people to be like them. And I felt I also had some kind of talent, if you like. And I wanted to explore the possibility of becoming an artist. Primarily the sculptor. Sculpture, I think, fascinated me more than any other discipline in art. So yes, I was inspired by those young men at that time. So I went to Makerere to do art. I completed my art education in Makerere, and I was lucky to have a scholarship, a Commonwealth scholarship, which took me to India from 1987 up to 1990. So I have never looked back. So also from India, I returned to Makerere in 1990, where I have been teaching since that time until this moment when I'm actually exiting as a lecturer. Yes, I am a figurative artist, be it in painting, be it in sculpture, and I am fascinated by the immediate environment, life around me, especially the peri-urban Kampala, where I've lived for more than half of my life. And I am fascinated by the vibrancy of life, the activities, the tomato sellers, the bodas, it's the energy that I think draws me to such places, and I want to capture them. I try to capture them. I have experienced them myself as part of that fabric. And I enjoy looking at them again. And sometimes when I'm driving, I have my camera, I take snapshots of such scenes, which I return to and they inspire me, I like that. But I also like the rural where I grew up, because the rural is serene, it is kind of pristine to some degree, and I like the quietness and the disappearing forests, and there's a lot that has changed from the time I was a young person to the time, when I returned to the village. It's not the same. I think a lot of vegetation has been lost, and sometimes I want to capture that. Sad story. Yeah, but I think these are the things that keep me into the practice, and when I'm in the practice, I like to highlight them and communicate them and bring them to the attention of everyone who cares. Yes, it's naturally things change, obviously. You don't remain the same. When you grow older, the focus and interest changes. And in as much as I'm always still interested in the urban, peri-urban life, I now express it maybe rather differently. I'm more into the gist, the spirit of it. I used to do, in my figures, I used to be very descriptive. Now I'm just expressing my emotions in that regard. So I think those are the niche. But also when I talk about my work, I make reference to painting a lot, but I would also do sculpture. And for example, I'm working on a figure here, which has been commissioned by a church, and it's going to be in bronze, which is a very exciting but also very hazardous material. Writing is another dimension in my in my career as an artist. I noticed that there's very little written information about art in Africa, but more so in East Africa. And I thought I should give writing a try, because it's not enough to make those paintings and sculptures and put them out there without an accompanying information or literature. And I was lucky, as during my time in Makerere, to get yet another scholarship to pursue a PhD in art history at the School of Oriental and African Studies in London. So I embraced it and with full of energy and excitement, and that was between 1999 to 2003, which was about 3.5 years. And so I was introduced to writing about art, but also my focus was on contemporary art in Uganda. So I continued to pursue that line, as well as doing, the studio practice. And I like to follow stories of artists, how they emerge, how they develop, how the challenges they face, the context within which they live and work. I like to explore their life, their struggles and triumphs, and so on. Yeah, so and I think that way I'm making a bigger contribution than just making art. And right now, it's taken a while, but I have it's in the process of I've already revised my PhD manuscript into a book, so it's should be in print a long time from now.